Hi, and welcome back to Second Art with Seth. I got the art, you got the Seth. And luckily her feast was recent, which gives me more of a reason to make this video. Totally not because I was putting this off, and totally not because I had finals, but today we'll be talking about Our Lady of Guadalupe. So, get this. Juan Diego, a poor farmer Aztec Indian, saw a glowing figure at the top of Tepeyac Hill. And he was like, I'm gonna go see what that is, because I guess that's what most people would do. And he saw that it was Our Lady of Guadalupe, and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" And she was like, "What's up, home slice?" They didn't say that because they spoke Spanish. It wasn't in English, but he was like, "Oh my gosh!" And she was like, "I'm Our Lady of Guadalupe," something like that. And pretty much the main message was, "I want you to go to the Archbishop, and I want you to build a church here at the top of this hill." And he was like, "Yes, ma'am," and went down to the Archbishop and told him. He was like, "Hey, I saw Our Lady of Guadalupe. I saw Mary." And he was like, "I don't believe you at all. None. Nada. No. Don't believe you." And he was like, "Fine." So then Juan Diego went back to Pack Hill, and Our Lady appeared again, and it was like, "Hey, and I still want you to go to the Archbishop and tell him to build a church here." And so Juan Diego was like, "Yes, ma'am." Went back to the Archbishop, and Archbishop was like, "Still don't believe you. Like, nothing's changed. I need a sign. I need a sign. Like, physically, I need a physical sign, or else I won't believe you." And then Juan Diego was like, "Fine." Jeez. So he went back to Tepeyac Hill on December 12th, feast day. And Our Lady appeared again and said, "You go over there and pick those Castilian roses." Time out. Castilian roses aren't from Mexico. They're from Europe, specifically Turkey. Two, it's December. Roses don't bloom in December. I'm in. Our Lady told him, go get the roses, and he was like, you got it. And so he put them in his tilma, which is kind of like a poncho esque type thing. That's what they used to carry stuff, mainly the farmers, because they would, pull it up, put stuff in, carry. Like kind of when you had water balloon fights and you wanted to steal more and cheat, so you just pulled your shirt up and put them in. That's what they do. So he went, got all the roses, and then went to the Archbishop. The two things I said earlier, the Archbishop immediately was like, whoa, that's crazy. And Juan Diego unfurls his tilma, and then all the roses spill out, and then the image of Our Lady Guadalupe is on his tilma. And that's the end of it. Now, we're going to get into the image itself. The sun and the moon, the sun around her and the moon beneath her feet. We get that from Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. I don't have this memorized. A great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. That's where us Catholics, or people, Christians, that's where we get it from. Aztecs that were there that also saw it as her being greater than the sun gods or the moon gods, and also including the angel beneath her feet. The Aztecs saw him as Eagle Man, and they also saw her as greater as that. Now, she's also mestiza. Seth, what's a mestiza? I got you. A mestiza is a mix between Mexican and a Spaniard. Why does that matter? Why am I bringing that up? The Spaniards at the time were coming in and invading the Mexicans at the time, and they were butting heads. They did not like each other at all. And her being mestiza brought them together in a way. Not obviously it didn't end the feud, but the people who saw it saw her as a connection, a middle ground, the middleman, middle woman between two parties. The way her hair was parted down the middle signified in the Mexican culture that she was a virgin, but the ribbon around her belly, waist, womb, one of the three, signified that she was pregnant. So she's a pregnant virgin. Ah, y'all got it. And Also the floral pattern across the the main cloth that she's wearing in the center signifies that she is divine in a way. Also, I took astronomy this semester, and when I found out about this, I nerded out. I geeked out, honestly. Mary's head, right, is tilted at a 23.5-degree angle. You know what else is tilted at a 23.5-degree angle? I know. I freaked out too. But don't worry, there's more. This this is one of my favorite parts of the entire image. Well, not this is actually kind of like outside the story, but the main point is the tilma that was made is made out of cheap cactus fiber. That's what the poorest of the poor use. Remember, Juan Diego, poor farmer Aztec Indian. A guy saw this. He was a skeptic in 1750, and it was like, hoax. I don't believe this. And they were like, what are you gonna do about it? And he was like, I don't know. Recreate it? You won't. He's like, yeah. That wasn't the reaction, but just for dramatic effect. So he made a tilma out of the same cactus fiber. He had the image as a 1-to-1 onto the tilma, and he hung it up right next to Our Lady of Guadalupe, the the tilma. And over the course of 7 years, it just curled up into this gross looking like brown banana peel, and they took it down. While Our Lady of Guadalupe with the tilma is still up. There was these cool sciencey people that I don't know how they did it, but they figured out that the stain in the tilma they couldn't recreate it at all. Beth, why did they use the Castilian roses? They probably did, and it still didn't work. And there are these other sciencey people in a different sciencey field that looked into into the iris of Mary, and it showed on a microscopic level the reflection as if a normal eye would, and it showed people in a room. But here's the kicker: it showed somebody looming over her in a way which was Juan Diego looking down as he was showing the tilma to the archbishop and other people in the room. And doing this has made me realize that you should find something in your faith that keeps you intrigued, something that you love, something that you like, something that gives you zeal for the faith, some would say. And the reason I'm saying this is that I would say about a few years ago, I feel like this happens in every Catholic's life, that at some point in middle school or at the beginning of high school, you just get super bored of Mass. Now, if that doesn't happen to you, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Please keep it up. But for those who understand what I'm talking about, you get into Mass and you're like, oh, it's the same old, same old, same old Mass. What year are we on in the Gospels? Year B? Yeah, I know what's next. Find something that keeps you in the faith and that keeps you intrigued. So, once again, encourage others and encourage yourself. Set reminders, anything. Just find something in the faith that's niche that you like about it. I found sacred art. People that I know found saints. People became priests. You could do that too. I don't really know. That's for them, not really me. But find what you like. That's the end of this video. And I didn't say it before last time, but please leave in the comments any critiques, what you liked about it, and actually any sacred art that you want me to cover. I would love to diversify any sacred art that I don't know that I want to get into. And please go check out the Instagram. It's also Sacred Art with Seth, and I will be uploading there too. So thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for watching, and see ya.